let us understand revaluation account with the help of its format. Okay, so the format of revaluation account. So revaluation account, remember one thing, the which side, this is debit side, and left hand side is called as debit side, and right hand side is called as credit side. Correct? Do you remember about the account? Okay, so left side it is credit, right side right side it is debit, right side it is credit, left side it is debit. So remember one thing, students, debit side what and all you are entering, everything is related to expense or expenses. Here whatever you will enter on the credit side, that all are related to incomes to the firm. This side it is income to the firm, and that side it is expenses to the firm. As I told, here you will record only the increased value of the asset or decreased value of the asset. You are not going to write what? You are not going to write any value as it is, the value of any asset. You are not going to write any value of the asset. Instead of that, you will write if there is an unrecorded asset. If there is an unrecorded asset, then that unrecorded asset will come in which one? Unrecorded asset will come in revaluation account. So what and all what and all it will come on the debit side of revaluation account? Only decrease in the value of asset, decrease in the value of asset, or increase in the value of asset, decrease in the value of asset, or increase in the value of liability. Remember one, or else you will get confused regarding this. Remember one, decrease in the value of asset. Remember that. So opposite is related to which one? Liabilities. That is increase in the value of liabilities. So decrease in the value of asset means which and all will come in that? The first one will come depreciation, that will decrease the value of asset. One more is PBD. PBD last time it came. What is that PBD? Provision for bad and doubtful debt. Next, bad debt. These two, and discount on debtors. All the three are related to which one? All the three are related to debtors. So you need to charge on debtors. So PBD, provision for bad and doubtful debt, and bad debt, and discount on debtors. These three will reduce the value of debtors. That's why it will come on the debit side. This side is considered as what? Expenses side. So depreciation on any asset. It may be any asset like machinery, furniture, building, anything, motor vehicle, anything it may be, it will come on debit side. So while doing the revaluation account, no need to write this directly. You can write it as 2 depreciation on motor van, or you can write 2 PBD, or you can write 2 bad debt, or you can write 2 discount on debtors. No need to write this heading. This I wrote because for you this is if I write like this, then it is easy for you to understand. So depreciation, PBD, bad debt, discount on debtors are those items which will decrease the value of asset. So that's why it will come on debit side of the revaluation account. On the other hand, which will increase in the value of asset? Actually, appreciation and PBD recovered. PBD recovered is considered as increase in the value of asset. Appreciation means what? If the asset value increased, then it is considered as appreciation. Appreciation on building, appreciation on land, that is considered as appreciation. So that appreciation value only, not the building value, not the land value, only the appreciation value, it will come on which side? Credit side of revaluation account. This side is considered as income side, that is considered as expenses side. So PBD recovered. PBD recovered is means PBD created means it will come this side. PBD recovered. For example, they have given in the old balance sheet PBD was rupees 5,000, but they will mention in the problem adjustment that PBD at the end of the year it has reached to 3,000. PBD need to maintain PBD only 3000. What happened regarding this 2000? 5000 was earlier in the old balance sheet, but in the adjustment at the end of the year they have given, at the time of admission of a partner they have mentioned that PBD should be maintained only 3000. What happened? 5000 minus 3000 means 2000 where it went. This 2000 was recovered. Why? Because this PBD decreased. See, when it is decreased, it will come this side. If they have mentioned further PBD of 3000 means addition of this 3000 and this 3000 considered as PBD, and you need to write here. But they have maintained that you need to maintain PBD for 3000 at the end of the year, means earlier it was 5000 in the balance sheet, now it came to 3000, means it was reduced. How much it was reduced? 2000 was reduced. This 2000 is considered as PBD recovered, and it will come on which side? Credit side of revaluation account. So understood, student? While doing the problem, I'll explain this still more. So PBD recovered means when the asset value, when the PBD value is more in the balance sheet, when they have given less in the which one adjustment, it should be maintained at this value at the end of the year, means that difference amount is considered as PBD recovered, and it will come on which side? Credit side of the balance sheet. Next, increase in the value of liabilities. Increase in the value of any liabilities, it will come on which side? Debit side, because it will increase. You need to pay more. When you need to pay more, obviously it will come on which side? Credit side, debit side of revaluation account. Which and all outstanding expenses or any other provision, this is also considered as unrecorded liability also. See, these type outstanding, any outstanding expenses are pending, like example, outstanding interest on loan, outstanding interest or outstanding insurance, anything like that, it will come on which side? Debit side, because it is an expense. It will increase the value of liability. That's why it will come on which side? Debit side of revaluation account. Any provision for accident, any compensation paid for the workers who injured in the accident, that compensation, any provision for accident, like that, those provisions or compensation will come under which one? Debit side of revaluation account, because it is an expenses to the firm. So that you need to record on debit side of the which one? Revaluation account. Again, I'll say this you need not write. Why? Because directly you can write regarding this. Whatever. See, I am explaining what and all will come on the debit side. No need to write all that in the which one? Problem. In problem, usually they'll give regarding depreciation, they'll give regarding PBD, or here in this they will give only one, that is outstanding expenses they may give, or sometimes they'll not give also. If they have given only 2 means you need to write only 2. Leave about other things, okay? But why I am explaining all? Because it will, if these and all will come, means it will come on which side? Debit side of balance sheet. No, sorry, debit side of revaluation account. So this is increase in the value of liability. Once again, students, see, increase in the value of liability is expenses to the firm. On the other hand, decrease in the value of liability is income to the firm. How it will become income? When it will be decreased means you need to pay less amount. So that less amount is considered as your income. That's why it will come on credit side. Remember, many of you will get confused with this discount on creditors. What you will say that discount on debtors you will write here as an expense, but discount on creditors you are writing here as income. Why it is like that? Just see, discount on creditors means what? Creditors means what? We need to pay the amount to the creditors, correct? When we are paying the amount, if they have given discount to us, instead of paying 5000, they gave 500 rupees discount, means how much we need to pay? 4500. That 500 will become what? You can't get that money back. Actually, that money will be with you only. But we got income, right? that 500 was saved. That's why it is considered as income. Then why it is discount on debtor is not considered as income? Debtors means what? We need to receive. Like we are having debtors. They need to pay money to the business. That means debtors are the person who owes money to business. Our business only they need to pay. If we have given discount, what will happen? See, for example, 5,000. Mr. A should pay 5,000 to me, 5,000 to this firm. So the firm members, what they will say that, okay, leave, anyhow you are not going to give that 5,000, okay, I'll give you discount of 500 means what? How much he will pay to the firm? He will pay only 4,500. Now 500 will become what? Loss to our firm, correct? Because we received, instead of 5,000, we received only 4,500. That's why discount on debtors is our expense and discount on creditors is our income. When we are paying others, if money was saved, then it is income. It is considered as discount on creditors and we will write it on the credit side of revaluation account. And if any person should pay money to us, he is considered as debtor, and if we have given discount to him, that is considered as discount on debtors and it is an expense and it will come on debit side of revaluation account. So next, after this, it will come unrecorded asset. Any unrecorded asset like prepaid expenses or any other, it will be there. Then it will come on which side? Credit side, because it will increase the value of asset. So it will come on which side of this one? Credit side of revaluation account. On the other hand, if there are any unrecorded liabilities, then it will come on which side? It will come on debit side of which one? Debit side of revaluation account. Debit side of revaluation account. Unrecorded asset will come, it will be income, it will come on credit side of which one? Credit side of revaluation account. Unrecorded liability is considered as what? It is considered as expense, so it will come on the debit side of revaluation account. Remember student, so in the revaluation account, important thing, 4 important things: increase in the value of asset and decrease in the value of asset, increase in the value of liability and decrease in the value of liability. Not only that, along with that, unrecorded asset, unrecorded liabilities. Only this much will come in revaluation account. Apart from that, no cash adjustment, no other things will come in the revaluation account. So increase in the value of asset will come on the credit side of revaluation account. Decrease in the value of asset will come on the debit side of revaluation account. And then increase in the value of liability also will come on the debit side of the revaluation account. Decrease in the value of liability will come on the debit side, on the credit side of revaluation account, because it is an income to the firm. On the other hand, unrecorded asset will come on the income side, that is credit side of revaluation account. Unrecorded liability will come on which side? Debit side of revaluation account, because it is an expense. See, after writing this, we need to close revaluation account, correct? How to close that revaluation account? We will close revaluation account by transferring the difference amount to old partners capital account. By transferring the difference amount to which one? Old partners capital account. So see, when the total is more on credit side, when the credit side total is more, what we will do? We will take this total and we will write it here, and from this we will minus what and all the items are there on the debit side, and then we will write the difference here. If you write the difference here, then it is considered as profit on revaluation account. Then it is considered as profit on revaluation account. This difference amount should be transferred to which account? Old partners capital account. Old partners capital account. If there are only two old partners, A and B, and this amount should be distributed among them in their old ratio. Which ratio? Old ratio. Here you need to write in the inner column. We are not putting one more column here, but you need to write it here as a you need to divide this in the old ratio to the old partners and write it in the inner column of revaluation account. When credit side total is more and you are bringing that total to debit side, and from you are minusing all the item what and all are there in the debit side, and finally the difference amount should be transferred to old partners capital account. You will write like this, and then you will write the old partners name and you will distribute this amount in their old ratio. If the difference amount is on the debit side, then it is considered as profit. If this profit will come, then which will not come? Loss will not come on the credit side. Remember, if the profit will come on the debit side, then loss will not come on the credit side. If the loss will come on the credit side, then profit will not be there on the debit side. That means this adjustment, if there is a loss, this adjustment will not be there. Instead of this, it will come on which side? Credit side. Here you will write it as by old partners capital account. When this will come? When debit side total is more, then difference amount will come on credit side. Remember, debit side total is more, difference amount will come on credit side, and this is considered as loss amount. This is considered as loss on revaluation account. On the other hand, if credit side total is more and you are writing it on the debit side and you are taking the difference amount, then this different amount is considered as profit on revaluation account. Got this? So when there is a profit, there is no question of loss. When there is a loss, then there is no question of profit. If there is a loss, that loss amount should be distributed among old partners. Same thing, whatever you will write here, the same thing will come. Old partners capital account, this should be transferred to old partners capital account, that is A and B, and that should be distributed in the old ratio. If that difference amount will come this side, then it is considered as loss. So this is related to revaluation account. So once again I will explain. Revaluation account, you are writing only the increase value or decrease value of the assets and liabilities. So decrease in the value of asset, that means debit side is considered as expenses side, credit side is considered as income side. Debit side, which and all items will come? Decrease in the value of asset, increase in the value of liability, and unrecorded liability. Three things will come: decrease in the value of asset, increase in the value of liability, and unrecorded liability will come. In that decrease in the value of asset means, you should remember regarding this depreciation, PBD, bad debt, discount on debtors. What you need to remember? Depreciation, PBD, bad debt, discount on debtors, and remember about outstanding expenses and any other provisions or compensations. These items will come on the debit side of which one? Debit side of profit and loss adjustment account or revaluation account. On the other hand, increase in the value of asset or decrease in the value of liability or unrecorded asset will come on the credit side of which one? Revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account. This side is considered as income side. Here what you need to remember? You need to remember regarding appreciation, PBD recovered, prepaid expenses, and then discount on creditors. Discount on this side always the items will be less. What you are writing, it will be less, but usually this side total will be more and that side total, debit side total will be less. If the credit side total is more, then you need to write the difference amount on which side? Difference amount on the debit side, and that is considered as profit, and that should be transferred to whose account? That should be transferred to old partners capital account. So you need to transfer to old partners capital account in their old ratio. If suppose which side total? Debit side total is more, then you need to write the total on the debit side, bring it to the which side? Lesser side, that is credit side. Write the difference amount. This difference amount should be transferred to old partners capital account. New partner will not get anything from revaluation account. If there is a loss also, if there is a profit also, both it will go to whom? Both it will go to old partners only. It will not go to new partner at all. So old partner in their old ratio, you need to distribute and write it in the inner column. If there is a profit, then there is no chance of loss. If they incurred loss, then there is no chance of profit. So either this will come or this will come. This both will not come together in the problem. So this is regarding revaluation account. This is the first step while solving the problem. So what and all you are writing on the revaluation account, everything will be given in the adjustments in the problem. In the problem they will give you adjustment item. All the adjustment item will come in the not all adjustment item. What and all is given in the adjustment, that only will come in revaluation account. So this is regarding revaluation account. Next we will move on to the next one, that is partners capital account. Partners capital account.